Here he is once again to the right side of Antigua Shipyard. We have our Protoss player in the red, starting for the evil geniuses. It is none other than our foreign hope,
EG Hub.
He's down a game now against Hack. So far, what we heard about the Korean StarTale player was true. He showed an amazing PBT on Cloud Kingdom, but still, up to the mid game, they were evenly matched. So let's see if he...
StarTale Hack.
The StarTale Hack is going to pull it off again, if we will have a 2-0 win for him, or if Huck is actually going to tie the series.
You know, I'm totally open for that tie, just like you, Caldor. I don't really want to see this 2-0. This has been a very quick day. And, you know, I feel kind of gypped. I was like, hey, you know what? There's actually a lot of good Code A matches today, but they've all been really quick and kind of one-sided.
Yeah, especially talking about the first game, the ZVZ that we had. I mean, 10 minutes for a 2-0. I was like, whoa. Yeah, how did that happen?
That only happens in ZVZ nowadays. Even PvPs go longer than that now. Well, we do have Huck with a very quick scout here. Looks like he wants to go for a Nexus first, just checking out what Hack is doing so that he can do the right variety of Nexus first. Sees that quick gas, so realizes, hey, I'm going to have a little bit more defense going on with this quick build.
Yeah, he especially needs to prepare for the possibility of, for example, a Cloak Banshee, so we'll definitely see Robo by him. And, well, the map win rate right now for both of these players, a little bit of an advantage for Huck here. And, well, worker cuddling at the entrance.
Cuddling? Worker cuddling? I like that. Oh, it's a mean type of cuddle. It's kind of like how my cat and dog cuddle together. You know, they kind of bite each other and chase each other.
You have a cat and dog?
Yeah. They're really cute. You need to come over to my house, Caldor.
Yeah, I actually do.
What's the deal, dude? I keep inviting you over, and you're like, you know, I'm busy. I don't know. Actually, no, I don't do anything but sit at home and play StarCraft, so I'm sorry I haven't invited you over yet, Caldor, but you're now invited. After MLG, we'll have a little party.
Okay, awesome.
I have
take you up on it.
I have a bottle of North Korean whiskey, and Tasis and I can't do it alone.
Okay, I'm definitely going to join you.
All right, man.
That sounds good.
I'm sure there'll be some tweeted pictures of that when we start. All right, so we do have Hack actually going into... Oh, my God. Okay, so Hack is actually going to go ahead and do a Marine SCV attack here. He's, in fact, going to 4 racks and a reactor. So that's basically 5 Raxes off of 1 base against Huck. Now, Huck is getting a very quick second gateway, which is something you do with Nexus first if you're going to go for that style. You know, Hack,
Look at what he shows him. This is just brilliant. I love this meta game. He actually shows him exactly what Huck would see if there was an expansion. So at this point, this is just so smart, and this might work.
Yeah, no,
this is so dangerous.
If Huck goes up to scout and sees this bunker,
he's going to be like, there's going to be expansion.
Yeah, I mean, this could be rough, man. I mean, he saw the gas, so he's trying to make some units just in case. He doesn't really know what could be coming. But he might, because a lot of times when you see the gas as Protoss, then when they get you out of there, they actually make a reactor in a command center, because that's like a tricky thing. They're like, it's still a very economical build, and you might be playing too defensively. But Huck is getting that quick robo, because of course, as you said, you know, he could be going for some sort of Cloaked Banshee build. So Huck is trying to protect himself against everything, and by doing that, the one thing he's really not protecting himself against is a lot of Marines and SCVs.
And, well, he pulled the SCVs out of the refinery as well, so he just got enough gas in order to build this 1 reactor, and all the information that Huck has right now just points into the standard play, so this is something that will catch him completely off guard. It's a little bit of the deviation of what we've seen by Bomber. Bomber, for example, was one of the players who tried to get 3 barracks, get a lot of Marines, put a little bit of pressure, but still expanded behind it. Yeah. And Hack is just getting it a step further. He's getting 4 barracks, he's getting the reactor as well, and now he's moving out, even splitting his army and taking the SCVs in the main base. Well,
oh god.
The one stalk in the middle that was trying to scout only saw a few Marines, not too many of them, and this push is going to be so deadly.
Yeah, this is kind of bad news, and in fact, Huck does have an observer coming out, so he should have time to see the SCVs and decide that he needs to go up the ramp.
He's supply blocked now.
Oh,
He's been supply blocked for quite a while. He's getting 3 pylons now.
This is such trouble, and Huck sees what's coming. I feel like Huck absolutely has to go up his ramp. This is so dangerous. A lot of SCVs, a lot of Marines. He needs to go up his ramp and force field, or I don't know what'll happen, except for death.
Oh my god, the Marines get in there, and there's so many of them. The SCVs join the party. and now there are even the first bunkers being built. This is looking so bad for Huck here.
Yeah, this is really bad news. Huck is in a lot of trouble. Way too many units here, but he does have 4 warp gates. Can he make enough units off of his banked money to micro well against this? Warping in some zealots. Can't micro those. They're going to be targeted down before they even warp in.
Oh God, Artosis, I think that might actually be it. There's an Immortal in the main base, but this is not going to do a lot of damage. He pulls the rest of his probes, and he needs to, but he's dropping in supply like crazy. We have him at 22, 20, 19, and this is kind of curse. He's losing so many harvesters here.
Yeah, this is 14 supply to 43, man.
Look at the probe count.
Basically overlooking. Now force field on the ramp. That's what he needed to do earlier. Right now, Huck is basically in the worst position you could ever see. I mean, 16 supply to 41. Do we really need to explain too much more than that?
5 probes left. 5 probes and 18 SCVs. The bunker is ready. The expansion is going to die. And, oh God, I feel so bad for Huck right now.
Well,
this going down like this,
yeah.
Oh God.
You never want to lose like this. I mean, off of this game, he's going to have to go down to Code B, either battle his way back up or win another seed into the GSL. And, you know, being the most prestigious tournament in the world, it's a rough thing to do, man. Of course, Huck absolutely capable of such.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's sad.
Yeah,
we all
really
want to see Huck
him.
do well. Everyone in the world, like not just foreigners, but Koreans as well. The Koreans love Huck; they consider him one of their own. And
I feel so bad for him right now, and not only that he loses the series, but he loses his 2-0 in such a fashion. This is something that he was not prepared for. If the gateways would have been on the high ground, I think he would have just tried to, okay, well, let's sack the expansion and go up. But with the gateways and all the pylons at the low ground, he was losing so much.
That may be part of his reason there, but, you know, seeing how many Marines and SCVs were coming, he could have pulled all his probes into the main base. He had enough sentries. He could have held that forever, and he has superior tech and a better economy, one base versus one base there. So, you know, definitely some different decisions could have been made, and this game would keep going on. But as is Huck, I mean, he's chrono boosting out probes, and he is going to hold the ramp. I mean, we've been talking like he's dead, and, well, he kind of is, but I mean, he's going to hold for now at least.
I'm actually a little bit surprised that we don't see an expansion for Hack at this time. He's going for the tech instead, but I kind of expected him with all the minerals that he has to throw down another command center while he's doing this attack.
Yeah, you would think so, absolutely, but looks like he wants to like just go in for a kill, but he can't, of course, against force field, so he's getting his starport, he's getting his reactor, he's getting stim. So we're basically going to see him spotting on the high ground using stim Marines, and I mean, Huck's economy just 13 probes to 23 SCVs.
And the mules.
And mules.
He was down to 5 against 18, so he is so far behind at this point, and we will see Medivacs. And the thing is, with the Medivacs, he will be able to drop into the main base, he will be able to do so much pressure, and Huck kind of is forced to expand again, and that's what he does now. He throws down another Nexus, but this is going to be so difficult for him.
Yeah, well, 27 supply to 66.
This would actually be the comeback of the century if he's able to pull this off.
I mean,
but I would be so amazed. I mean, I'm really rooting for it. I want to see this ace match, but just look at it.
Dude, if Huck comes back, man, he'll take this series, because if you come back from a game like this, you got to be like, well, I guess I'm just the best player in the world. But unfortunately for him, man, Medivacs as well as Stim are going to be done very soon.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, with just sentries, Hack can literally just drop all his Marines into the main base. The sentries can't even pick off a Medivac quick enough. It will be bad.
This is definitely bad news, and we have the Stim. Stim is done now. Stim is done. There's still no expansion for Hack at this point, and just, yeah, you just pointed it out. Just look at the supply. 80 against 34.
And he's supply blocked as well. Finally picking that up so he can get some more units, but Warping and Zealots, those are not going to be very useful against Stutter Step Stim Marines with Medivacs.
There's the command center, the follow-up with the expansion for Hack. Now Huck just completing his Nexus.
Oh, that's rough timing right there, man. There's no way to save that Nexus. And here he goes. He's going to try to drop into that main base behind the fog. Huck can't even see it. And, I mean, that's going to make it so force fields are barely even useful. And this game will be ending shortly.
Wow, there's the second wave. Stim is done. He stims in right now. Takes down the sentries, takes down the Immortal, and the Zealots evaporate. Everything is going to die here. Huck GG's leaves the game and
Ouch.
drops down to Code B.
Code B, once again for a Huck, not having the best of luck in GSL, but still kicking ass in those foreigner tournaments. Hack, though, you got to hand it to him. You know, we've been talking about Huck a lot because he is such a fan favorite, such an accomplished player. But Hack just showed us, hey, man, he's the real deal, TVP. He knows what he's doing. He mixed that up. He tricked Huck quite a bit, and he killed him.
Yeah, he outright killed him, and he just won the mind games. Everything that Huck scouted pointed towards the standard opening once again, but Hack just going for the one base play on 4 barracks with a reactor, and, well, there was nothing that Huck could do in order to save his expansion. He was just a bit too late.
Yeah, it's too bad, man. Sad to see, but Hack is going to go on to play Alive. That's going to be really hard. Alive, in my opinion, best TVT in the world at the moment.
And that's the matchup that he's the most comfortable with as well.
Yeah. And so that's going to be a hard one for Hack to go forward on, but we'll see how far he can actually get, because if he hits any more Protosses, I'd love to see those matches.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be very interesting. Actually, in Code S, you guys have pretty cool groups this time. I really like this. I mean, we have Group B that is so insane. And also, the Parting group, I mean, he's up against 3 Terran players. How cool is that?
Parting doesn't lose to Terran, so that is going to be a lot of fun. I'm sad, though, that both Zergs, we only have 2 Zergs in round 16, it's actually really sad, are in the same group.
But the group is so insane. When I saw the group, I actually thought, okay, I have to take down either Atosis or Tasteless. I have to cast this group. I have to get me a spot into the seat. And
absolutely, man. Let's break Tasteless' legs. Forget that kid, man.
Well, what is breaking his legs going to do? You can't just still sit down and talk.
I suppose you're right. Okay, that's true. We got to break his jaw. He's like, hey, guys, welcome to GSL. Oh, my.
You are mean. You are really mean.
All I care about is StarCraft. You think he's my friend? No, I hate him. All right. So anyways, today's results, let's take a look at them.
Exactly.
It was a fun day. So quick, too.
A very short day, yeah.
We've only been on for 2 hours and 22 minutes, Caldor.
Well, you.
I have
the first run already.
No, yeah, you've been here all day, man.
We had Ace against Juk2 with a 2-0, Hart advancing as well as Boom Boom, who is going to participate in the Off the Record show tomorrow, starting at 1 p.m. Korean Standard Time with Atosis. And these are the games that we just saw. Jongragu with a 2-0 against Revival, JYP beating Seal and advancing to the second round. And of course, Alive and Hack, the 2 Terran players in the TVPs, doing an amazing performance.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of good players going down to Code B. Here's the next day. It's going to be Gumiho against Dreamer TT, Inca against Lure, Yu-Gi-Oh! Against Vampire, and Slayers Brown against FXO Tree. A lot of new kids in there.
Yeah, the one player I really always love to see, especially against Protoss, is Yu-Gi-Oh! It's kind of like he always pulls out something that is a little bit weird, especially with the offensive hatcheries and his opponent's natural. He's really fond of that, and he has those timings down cold.
Well, the other thing that you're going to have to cast, Caldor, because that's all you're going to be doing. We're going to chain you to this desk.
Hey, I'm happy doing it. Just look at these games. Who wouldn't want to cast them?
Lucky versus Vines. That's going to be awesome. I know he wants to be Vanessa. No, that spells Vines. OGS Vines. Then Bomber against Alicia. That is a sick one. Sniper Avenge. Nada. Ghost King, a.k.a. Byun. Sick matchups.
Exactly. So I'm totally down for this. I'm really looking forward to it.
No, I can't wait to watch you and how handsome you are. Wow, they saw how I look when I actually do this. I actually hunch like that. I'm actually really tall.
Yeah, he actually is. And well, when you sit down,
I actually sit up straight,
like,
unlike Wolf. Wolf's actually the same height as me, but when you two cast together, he's like right there because he just hunches all the time. Me though, I have good posture when I'm on camera. I care.
Yeah. I mean, in these suits, it's just like...
Oh, guys, look at this. Tomorrow I get to cast. Round of 16 is going to be Genius, Nanoa, Supernova, Virus, sick group. Can Nanoa make a top 8? We haven't had a foreigner do well in the GSL in many seasons, so that is an exciting storyline. Of course, as well, we have Off the Record in the morning. Tasteless and I will be doing it, while Caldor is furthering his knowledge of Korean.
Yeah, at least I'm trying to.
He's doing good. And yeah, there you go. Off the Record. It's going to be with Boong Boong. Should be fun. Anyone who names himself after the sound of a fart probably has a good personality. I haven't really talked to this guy personally, but I'm sure he's a cool guy. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you tune in for that.
You have to ask him how he felt about his win against Nastia that we talked about earlier.
I actually, you know what? I will bring that up.
That was, I think that was the start when Nastia started to get a little bit worse in CDC.
Well, that has to throw you off when a fart noise beats you in your best matchup that you've like basically never lost.
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah, man. Hey. Makes sense. All right, guys, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for tuning in to Code A. Make sure you go to facebook.com/CaldorTV and like this guy.
And this guy, facebook.com/Atosis. And I have to say, it was awesome casting.
It was awesome. You got to go like that, man. You got to make the sound effect. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Tune in tomorrow. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Code 50.